My name's Kyle,
I'm Cassie.
and we are the parents of 6 awesome kiddos. We have Noah, who is 9, Jude, who is 7, Evie, who is 6, Piper is 4, and Clementine is 2, and we just, about 3 months ago, brought home our son Duo from China, who is also 9 years old, and we're hoping to add to that number.
The talk of adoption started really before we were married. We had talked about one day we would love to adopt. We said that we would love to have 4 of our own children and adopt 2. And so we knew that hopefully adoption would be a part of our life at some point. We got into the adoption process, walked through a lot of the different options of adoption. We looked at domestic adoption, we looked at foster care, we looked at international adoption, and in the process of all those different options, it just kept coming back to us, and we just kept feeling like the Lord was telling us that our child was in China. And we did not meet any of the requirements to adopt from China. It's a very strict requirement basis, and we felt like God was going to move mountains to bring him home. We did not have the finances. My husband was working a part-time job, and China's requirements were very strict on age, finances. We did not know how God was going to pull this off, but we felt certain that Duo was our son.
I remember driving in the car and getting a phone call from Cassie, and I turned it on speakerphone and just thought it was going to be a check-in. You know, how's your day doing? How's it going? And I just remember her in tears and just saying, China said yes. They said yes, that we can adopt him. And I almost had to pull over the side of the road because I could barely handle, the emotion of just, my heart was so grateful that he was going to allow us to be parents once again.
The entire adoption was fundraised and fully covered within 7 months, which is about $37,000, and just mind-blowing how we just sat back and we were obedient to say yes, and then God fulfilled his calling right in front of us. In a couple months of the adoption process, we kept feeling this tugging at our heart, tugging that there was another child there waiting for us in China. We didn't know what that looked like. We decided to just wait, to bring him home as fast as we could. As we got closer to bringing Duo home, we felt God saying that it was time to start looking for that child. A week after we got home from China with Duo, I was on Facebook. I saw a picture of a girl that instantly stopped my world. I think I came to you and I said, so I think I found a girl that I would really like to see her file.
I remember the first time seeing her picture and looking and on the computer screen, and I can't describe it. It's just that moment where you just know that this is my daughter, and it's kind of, I think, similar to whenever parents are in that hospital room or at home and about to give birth to a child, and when that child comes, you're like, that's my child. That's exactly the same feeling I think we felt when we saw a picture of Esther. We were like, this is our daughter. And what was interesting is that I don't think either of us would have guessed that God would have us adopt an older child like this once, but not just once, but twice.
Esther 4:14, for such a time as this, that God would use her, history in the 10 years of waiting for a family. There's a purpose in her coming to our home at this time, and we are excited to see how God is going to use her in a mighty way. And so we're just believing that Esther is going to be a mighty woman who is going to go and bring redemption.